Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. The heartbroken family of a Tasmanian mother run down and killed by her former partner has broken down in court, sharing the impact her death has had on them. Grief-stricken loved ones taking the stand as her accused killer, James Austin, waits to learn his fate.
A grieving family embracing as they continue to mourn their tragic loss. Loved ones of Jackie Bergman sharing the impact of her death. Her daughter Shakira telling the court, "My mother's death has left me flooded with so many traumatic thoughts and traumatic images." The mother of four's life cut short at the hands of her former partner, James Kenneth Austin, who recently pleaded guilty to the 2023 manslaughter. Her family says life has become a living nightmare ever since. Her death has destroyed me, it has crushed my soul. My heart can never mend knowing her 4 babies will never have a mum. The court heard injuries caused to Ms Bergman included lacerations to the lungs, a fractured pelvis, broken leg and blood in the abdomen. Ms Bergman's mother telling the court identifying her body was traumatic. The task of identifying her bruised and battered body was the hardest thing I've ever done. Prosecutors said it was a result of the then 38-year-old running down Miss Bergman at a rural property in Campania. Emergency services were called to the house after being told a person was seriously injured by a car. She was declared dead at the scene. During a police interview, Austin revealed he didn't perform CPR as he didn't know how to. Ms Bergman's daughter expressing her anger on the stand. "I will never, ever forgive you. I will hold that hatred forever." Austin appeared tearful from the dock as Jackie's family read their statements. The hearing has been adjourned until Thursday when a sentence is expected to be handed down. Rebecca Gaidenera, 7 Tasmania News.
A former Launceston General Hospital nurse has avoided jail time after being found guilty of sexually abusing a 12-year-old boy who'd been staying at his house. The magistrate said the attack more than 3 decades ago had a profound impact on the victim, sentencing the now 66-year-old to 5 months prison, wholly suspended, finding the man was otherwise of good character and had suffered social isolation as a result of his conduct. Voters who have already made up their minds can now cast their ballots as pre-polling opens ahead of the election on July 19. But the polls officially opening hasn't deterred the major parties releasing key commitments. Some of them new, some of them not.
With just shy of 3 weeks left to go in the campaign, these voters have seen enough.
Very easy to make the decision.
We're big on not having a stadium built in the Launceston General.
Pre-polling opening at sites across the state, but the expected deluge of early votes isn't dampening spirits on the campaign trail. The Greens out bright and early, introducing a draft bill for a beefed-up EPA with more power to punish polluters.
We need to return the Environment Protection Authority to what its true purpose was and should always have continued to be.
Unions Tasmania joining the Chamber of Commerce in backing Labor's budget repair roundtable. Dean Winter committing to bringing together workers, the business community and independent experts to come up with a way out of a $13 billion budget hole.
The roundtable is an opportunity for people of goodwill to come together and say we have big problems, we have shared problems, let's come up with shared solutions.
Labor also recommitting to capping power prices at 2.5% for the next 3 years.
We understand that Tasmanians have been under cost of living pressure, not just from power bills, but from water bills, rates, groceries, you name it, they're under pressure.
That power price cap has been panned by the Liberals, who say it's a recycled promise worth nothing. All while spruiking a $240 million hospital redevelopment from a 3-year-old master plan. The new precinct would see 250 beds added to the Launceston General Hospital. At 7 stories tall, it's a key part of the precinct.
We cannot afford not to invest in critical infrastructure, and this is an example of our plan.
The Liberals say construction would begin in 2028, but according to the master plan, that's 3 years after it was supposed to. Too late for some early voters.
It's really important that we do focus on health in this state.
Annie Green, 7 Tasmania News.
Following an extended stay in Scotland, the Spirit of Tasmania 4 vessel has officially begun its long journey to Tasmania. The voyage is expected to take around 6 weeks, travelling over 14,000 nautical miles. But a permanent berth remains unfinished in Devonport, with TT Line's CEO saying his team has begun a complex operation to install 27 marine piles for the wharf and loading gantry. These ships required to stop in Fremantle due to customs before it will head to Hobart in late August for its final fit-out. Nearly 20 plaques honouring fallen World War I soldiers have been discovered near the Belrive police station, handed in by a man who wanted to remain anonymous. It's after a bizarre heist saw them forcibly taken from the Soldiers Memorial Avenue, many condemning the act as disgraceful.
19 bronze plaques brought back to their rightful place, not even a week after they were stolen. But who took them remains a mystery.
We're leaving all the options open. The person has either panicked or changed their mind.
The haul handed in anonymously, a man telling authorities he found them over the weekend, discarded near the Belrive police station.
Obviously anyone who saw anything that looked suspicious or anyone carrying a large heavy Hessian bag either here near the Soldiers Walk or near births, death and marriages on the eastern shore near the old Rosny Golf Course, would be very keen to hear from them.
The Friends of Soldiers Memorial Avenue group remain baffled as to why they were taken in the first place.
They're basically worthless, as they are, but they represent so much more to the families.
There are 537 plaques along the Soldiers Memorial Avenue at Queen's Domain, each in line with a tree representing a Tasmanian soldier or nurse who died in World War I.
A ridiculous and heartless thing to do.
It'll now take a few months to recast all of the damaged plaques, with each one expected to cost about $600 to restore fully.
But like this one, that's been completely bent, so I suspect that's going to require a whole new casting process.
The perpetrator warned not to attempt such an act again.
I won't repeat some of the comments about what people thought should happen to the people who did this.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
An off-court battle is brewing between two brother-sister basketball clubs as the future of both hangs in the balance. Negotiations stalling after the NBL1 decided there can only be one Northern Tasmanian licence next season. And with D-Day weeks away, a former Opal is outraged at the process.
Two clubs must become one next season, but hopes of a friendly agreement between Launceston Tornadoes and the Northwest Thunder are fading.
The proposal was that we combine a board with the Thunder, work together with them, make it a really Northwest community team, and the Thunder don't want a part of that.
At present, visiting NBL1 teams must split. The women playing the Tawns and the men head to Ulverston to face the Thunder. But that won't continue after league bosses announced only one licence would be awarded to Northern Tasmania next season. Tornadoes captain and former Opal Keely Froling accusing the men's team of bully behaviour.
They're speaking about professionalism and wanting a women's team, and you won't even engage with the successful women's team that's here.
They want their home crowds, they want to support their local sponsors on the Northwest Coast, ultimately don't want to play in Launceston.
Thunder bosses declining to talk on camera today, but in previous correspondence seen by 7 Tasmania, the club says it's willing to work as two teams based in one location and under one brand, and that what's best for basketball should be the intention, and it certainly is from our end.
This program and this club means so much to this community, and to have the potential of losing that and to be losing it because people don't want to cooperate is really disappointing.
This weekend's 30-year anniversary of the Tawns' 1995 CBA Conference final win has only sharpened the sting.
Women in sport success, and we just want to wipe that out for what, it's not okay.
Basketball Tasmania says it trusts the process of the NBL1 and that it will support a submission that calls for an equal spread of home games across Tasmania and a plan to ensure trial, training and playing opportunities for players.
as good as a program that they are, what success have they had in the last couple of years?
Can we find that common ground? Have the voice of enough people said, look, we need to make this work. Let's not lose culture. Let's not lose history.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
We're years away from the first game, but tonight we can step inside the new Macquarie Point Stadium with our most detailed look yet. The latest artist impression shows a bar overlooking the River Derwent, open-air concourse and includes the contentious roof design. There's also a special purple lighting scheme for the Hurricanes.
After shaking up the SFLW ladder by toppling North Hobart, Kingborough's confidence is blossoming just as they head towards the business end of the season, and their secret extends beyond the training field.
We organise with the girls and we do a dinner just to keep that. I think we're really building the team like outside of footy as well. I think that's where it's really like transferring on the field.
Meanwhile, the Scottsdale women's continuing success is giving the small town growing hope they'll have someone to cheer for come NTFA finals.
You get stopped in Woolworths, ask questions, things like that. So it's actually really nice to have people that are not just coming to watch the men, they're coming to watch the women and they're supporting us.
Club footy pauses again this weekend for the interstate games. The Golden State Warriors must see something they like in Burnie's Taryn Armstrong, giving the young gun a qualifying offer prior to free agency period. Means although he isn't officially signed, the Warriors are entitled to match any offer if another club comes calling. Meanwhile, Ulverston's Rain Smith will become the second Tasmanian to sign with an NBA team, landing a summer league gig with the Denver Nuggets. Meanwhile, fellow Tasmanian Jacob Furphy and former jack jumper Rowan Sulepa are leading the charge for the Australian Emus at the Under-19 World Cup. Furphy scoring 18 points as they won their second group game against Cameroon, 101-96 in Switzerland this morning. And jack jumpers forward Josh Bannon's having a blinder for the NBL select team at the Global Invitational in Japan, finishing 23 points, 19 rebounds and 5 assists. Yeah, Tasmania's doing great things in basketball. Kim, maybe we need an extra NBL one side.
Oh, why not? There's a thought, Nick. Thank you. Well, another frosty morning is forecast, so Peter Murphy will have all your weather details after the break.
Good evening. Hobart, a chilly 11 degrees today, 13 the high over the northern centres. Well, at 7:30 this morning, Lyawenians woke up to a -9 degrees. Lucky it didn't affect a large population. A pretty cold start in the Derwent Valley too. Flinders Island on the other end of the scale with our high of 14 degrees. Lots of temperatures in the low teens, but most within a degree or so of average. We did have scattered cloud over the southwest and the Furneaux Islands today, some high cloud over central areas of the state. Cloud is over southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales as a low develops there. More cloud inland over those eastern states as well. Tomorrow, a low and associated trough may bring some messy weather to that coastal New South Wales area. A high just south of Adelaide extends a ridge over Tasmania. Another low and front well to the west. 5 to 15 knot west to southwest winds over southern waters. Winds at similar speeds over the north and west, but from the south-southeast, variable winds over the lakes. Strong wind warning, that's for waters from Flinders Island around to St Helens Point. Southeasterly's a bit stronger there tomorrow. We have a road weather alert too posted for icy roads, making driving conditions hazardous. Hobart, a mostly sunny Tuesday, 12 for Adventure Bay, just a chance of a shower, -4 for Tarraleah, 10 the high. Launceston tomorrow, a high of 13 degrees after a cold start, sunny for Devonport, 13, 14 the high for Bridport. Burnie tomorrow expecting 13, 12 for Strawn, partly cloudy for Marrawar, 13 degrees. And in the east, a shower or two. St Helens 13 along with Swansea, Whitemark on Flinders 14 degrees. On Wednesday, a few showers, mostly over the east and north, just partly cloudy in the west. On Thursday, a possible light shower in the east, otherwise fine with light winds. And on Friday, just a possible shower over the northwest, fine for the rest after morning fog and frost. A shower or two in Perth tomorrow, a sunny 15 in Adelaide, a possible shower for Melbourne, definite rain in Sydney, winds picking up there as well. A sunny day in Brisbane with 20 and just perfect in Darwin, a top of 30. It's 7 and cloudy in Hobart, 6 in Launceston now and 7 in Devonport. Got to say, Kim, that 30 in Darwin looks very tempting. I think I'll go. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, here he goes again, more holidays. You enjoy, send us a postcard. And that is all your news for now. Thanks for joining us this Monday. Good night.